Okay, good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Once again, my name is Dr. Osaze Obaseki Osemege. On behalf of La Plage Metaverse, on behalf of our trainers and facilitators, we want to welcome you to this program. We have with us tonight, sorry, I'm having some kind of echo. I don't know where it's coming from. We have with us tonight two guest speakers. We've sent you their profile to the class already. You must have seen their profile. They'll be here to talk to us about public health. Now, everything about public health we need to know was done in the class yesterday. So tonight we're going to use this opportunity of meeting these two experts to learn more about public health, creating a career path for public health, learning about all you need to know about working as a public health expert, growing through the path, and building a career. Probably asking questions as to how you can come in, if it's suitable for you, the prospects, the benefit of taking this program, and all that. They are experts in their field, and they are established, they are tested and trusted professionally. And you can be sure that you've met the right, or you'll be meeting the right set of persons to resolve your queries on such issues. So, but for issues about certain things about public health, yes, of course, we'll be entertaining questions in those areas, but try as much as possible to go through the material that will answer most of those questions. That will take this seize this opportunity to cover areas that were not treated yesterday when it comes to the professional angle of public health. So I want to welcome two speakers tonight, Mrs. Esther Latz and Mrs. or she calls scientist Chioma Benjamin. They will be telling us more about themselves, and with their profile already, you already know where they're coming from and who they are. So I want to welcome them on board. If they're around, please, we want to hear from them to introduce themselves, and let's kick off. Chioma, you can unmute yourself, please.
Okay, good evening, everyone.
Good evening.
I want a very good evening to you all, and I presume that you all are either public health professionals or emerging public health professionals.
Exactly.
I believe that we'll have a very good interaction tonight. Thank you.
Thank you very much. I also want to call Mrs. Esther. Yeah, I'm finding it difficult to get certain number out. Just a minute. Mrs. Esther, if you are here, we would like to hear from you. Welcome you on board. Mrs. Esther Lat, can you hear me? Mrs. Esther Lat. Okay. Yeah. Mrs. Esther Lat, you can go ahead. I can see, I don't know why it's not showing space for me to unmute you or so, or for you to unmute yourself. But if you can just unmute yourself and let's hear from you. You can just check your audio and see that it's unmuted. No. Okay, Mrs. Esther Ladd, if you are here with us, I know you are here with us because I can see your name. Just raise up your hand and let's acknowledge you. Yeah, while we sort out the audio. So what I'm saying is, hope Ihe Chuge. I don't think that is what we are looking for. No, Mrs. Esther Ladd, please, is the one to raise up her hand. Okay, let's go ahead while she comes on board. She will notify us once she's online. Okay, thank you very much, Mrs. Chioma. Kindly tell us a bit about yourself and your background and your work with public health and why you think it is important for everybody taking this program to go into public health. Over to you, madam. Mrs. Chioma, are you there? Over to you, Mrs. Chioma. Hello, can you hear me? You can unmute yourself, please.
Okay, I'm on.
Okay. So,
okay, talking about public health, I'm sure you must have gone through what it is all about, but by way of refresher, it's all about prolonging life and promoting physical and mental health. It could also be said to be prevention of diseases in a population. The difference from treating patients in the hospital and that of public health is that public health deals with the population. It looks into preventing diseases among population, while treatment of individual patients is solely meant for the hospital. But when you talk about public health, it talks about the health of the people and the community. That's introduction. So, and coming into the career prospects in public health, there are various career prospects. As a medical lab scientist,
hello, we can't hear you. Hello, Chioma, are you there?
hello.
Yeah, okay, we can hear you now.
Okay. I said there are various career paths in public health. It depends on your profession. It is not solely meant for health prospects, for none as well, like statisticians. They have career in public health as well. And then the medical doctors, they have career in public health. So also the nurses, the medical lab scientists, and then the epidemiologists. So you can see that there is room for everyone in public health. That is the good news. Whatever profession you're into, you can venture into public health and you will still earn a living from there. There are various career paths that are listed, but are not limited to the ones I'm going to enumerate now. We have the career of health educator. people teaching people about promotion of health, lead a healthy lifestyle. And we also have occupational health professionals, occupational health and safety professionals. They are into various occupations, various establishments, various industries, making sure that they care of. We have the biostatisticians. They are the ones that use the data, public health data, to inform decision. They analyze the data and make it policy making. Then we have epidemiologists who study the distribution of diseases and predict what could be done to prevent any form of outbreak. They are also involved in outbreak investigation of diseases. We have social workers. They are also called social and community service workers. They are the ones that make sure that stakeholders in health are well in. We also have hospital administrators. They are the ones that are supposed to head hospitals, unlike what is obtainable here in Nigeria. When you go in the developed world, called hospital administrators, they are well trained in administering the hospital services. And so we also have clinical trial scientists. It is also a career path in public health. They are involved in clinical trials of new drugs. When new drugs are being brought into existence, they help in trying those drugs to make sure that it is safe for human consumption. We also have healthcare consultants. Here, under it, we have behavioral health consultants, health navigation consultants. These are the people that help patients to, navigate every area of the hospital or every area of health facility for them to be able to access them easily. Then we also have healthcare economics under this. All this depends on the location where you find yourself. In Nigeria, it may not be the same. What is in vogue in Nigeria is epidemiologists. We have monitoring and evaluation officers. We also have data physicians, public health nurses. We have surveillance officers. We also have public health medical lab scientists who are also involved in analysis of surveillance samples. These are all career paths in public health. You can, there are a whole number of them. We cannot, we cannot mention all at once, but I believe get more information about. Thank you very much. Okay. I await your questions.
Yeah, thank you, Mrs. Chioma. From all indication, it is clear that you are an authority in what you know how to do best. And we so much appreciate your time and your effort in properly enumerating all the areas, possible areas people can go into. So from all indication, it is clear that this training and certificate is an open door for everyone that wants to go into public health. And that if you want to go into public health, you should come into public health knowing that there are thousands, hundreds of openings for you to go into. So most times when we complain of jobs in this country is because we don't really have access to information as to what is available for us. But from what she has just said now, as much as we know that we have issues with network and stuff like that, we still have come to realize that there is so much for everybody to do. Hence, we should be happy that, but personally, I'm happy that this course was being offered. And I think everybody should take advantage of it. Thank you, Chioma. Somebody just asked, how do you separate monitoring and evaluation? Monitoring and evaluation and biostatistics. What do you, Chioma?
Okay, thank you very much. Monitoring and evaluation is actually a kind of following up on the trend of events and the surveillance activities, for instance, or in the public health activities. Whereas biostatistics has to do with analysis of data collected about the surveillance activities and then making it useful for decision making. That's the difference. Monitoring and to monitor that's the difference.
Okay, thank you very much for that. Yeah, somebody just asked what is the difference between quality management and M&E. Please, there are some questions we might not be taking. There are some questions that we need to use this opportunity to sort out for the benefit of everybody. Some questions here can easily be Googled out and answers gotten. Why those questions that cannot be Googled out and answers gotten? Some of the questions we might really need to make priority here. Thank you.
Okay, quality management is all encompassing. It goes through every area of public health or every area, every profession, even not only in health. Quality management system, that is what is fully called. Following in order to get the best outcome. While monitoring and evaluation will be monitoring those processes and procedures to make sure that there is no area that is missed out in trying to meet up with the quality. That is the difference.
Okay, thank you very much. We so much appreciate your time and efforts in tackling every single question that is coming your way. Ladies and gentlemen, in this time, this is when you say going forward is as difficult as going backward. Go backward, we have to move ahead in spite of the poor network. We'll glean whatever we can from what we have here and make progress with it. And hopefully fix a date for another timing. Hopefully when the network is okay and the recording will be clearer. But this is being recorded and I want to believe that we can come back and listen to it again. And hopefully have a good network, good sound. But don't worry, we are in for a long run and yeah, we'll get the best out of all this. Now, she has already told us one or two things about for those interested in career prospects in public health. She might want to throw more light into that for those that want to build a career in public health. if probably there's anything more she needs to add. Otherwise, for me, I think she has really done justice to that. So, but Chairman, please, you might want to throw more light on creating a career in public health. The I don't know how to, okay, the benefits of working in this area of profession. Yeah.
Okay. The fortunate thing these days is that public health is not just open to healthcare professionals alone. When you want to can venture into public health, you can go towards the path that will be very closely related to what you studied on first degree. For instance, if you did a non-healthcare course, you can venture into maneuver. There is that part for health education and promotion. Any person if you have a healthcare degree, those are the ones that venture into epidemiology and biostatistics, name them, all those ones that have to do with medical line. So there are various areas that anyone that doesn't have a degree in medicine or medical course can venture into. For instance, I've just said health promotion or health education. That is one good thing about public health. It mustn't be medical courses that you have as a first degree before you venture into public health. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you very much, Madam. Yeah. I can see questions still coming up on things that have already been answered. Someone is asking, can my BSc in this get me a job as a public health worker, this and that? I think this has been answered. Said right from the onset that regardless of your background, educational background, you can work in the public health sector, and that there are several areas that you can work in, particularly working in areas that are closely related to the course you studied. So I think it answers everybody's question that you can actually have a place in public health. Yeah. So I don't think that should be anymore. We are going to take up questions. We might not be able to spend the 2 hours we planned spending because of network, but the next speaker is around, so we'll be lucky. Just hold on before we go ahead. Hello, Mrs. Pat, you are Lat, you are welcome. You can put yourself, please. Hello, Madam Mrs. Lat, you are welcome. Mrs. Lat, can you hear us? Hello? Hello, can you hear us? Mrs. Lat, are you with us? Oh, the same bad network. Yeah, the network is really poor. Okay. Okay, I think no problem. We'll fix a date again for this program. Hopefully, when we assess that the network is good enough, we'll fix a date for it, and the speakers will be here again to do justice to some of these topics. But for now, we have to just make do with the network the way it is and achieve something this evening. I want to believe we are all enjoying the moment now. Please, if you are enjoying the moment in spite of the bad network, just type yes. If you're enjoying the moment, instead of the bad network, just type yes. Oh, excellent. I can see a lot of yes. I'm so happy that people are happy and they're gaining from this program. Excellent, excellent. Okay, I will be taking some questions now. Please do not raise up your hands. Do not raise up your hand until we ask you to raise up your hand. Yes, we'll be taking some questions, and hopefully Mrs. Lat is here. She can take up some questions and answer some for us. We just take 5 for now. Yeah. Okay, there's a question here. How can someone build a career in public health? Is it possible for us to use this certificate to work in public health center? Yes, I can categorically say yes to that, because this certificate, first of all, is accredited by our partner in UK, which makes it a CPD accredited certificate. That's one. Then number 2, it's a relevant course that is relevant to current circumstances in the society. And number 3, you can see that some of your facilitators, yeah, the network is bad. You can see that some of our facilitators are seasoned facilitators, doing justice to the topic we have here. So I think with what you are doing here, just seated here listening to this, you should know that you are in for something very, very massive. So be proud to tender your certificate anywhere. But first and foremost, you are the person that carries the certificate. You should be better equipped with information and knowledge about the course. And that's why we are making all effort to make sure that you have full knowledge of what you are studying. Okay. So, well, I think I've passed that. So Mrs. Lat, let's try again and see if we can get good audio from you. Mrs. Lat?
Hello.
Good evening.
Good evening. How are you?
Fine. Good evening, madam. Yeah, welcome to the class.
Thank you.
Yeah, okay. I think your audio is good now. Please kindly tell us a bit about yourself, your professional background, who you are. Everybody would like to meet you. Your name, your professional background, and everything you want us to know about you.
Okay. I'm Esther Lat. I'm a nurse, I'm a midwife, a public health nurse, a health officer.
Network is bad. Very, very bad. Okay. Okay. I think we are not lucky with network today. Okay, I think so that we don't exhaust ourselves struggling with what we cannot overpower. We might just take 1 or 2 questions if we are lucky to be able to get them answered due to network. Maybe 5 questions, then we can call it a day, then fix another time for this meeting. Just another time in a matter of days or even hours. Reschedule this and then feel free to join. You'll be given the link to come and join so that you can really do justice to this program, because I think everybody seems to be very, very hungry about information for this program. Thank you. Okay, please, we need just 5 hands to indicate, ask questions. That's 5 persons. Okay, Iwo Guamevon. Over to you, Iwo Guamevon. Please, your question should be brief, just a minute, less than 30 seconds. Over to you, Imo Gbabevo. Unmute yourself and go ahead.
Can you hear me?
Loud and clear.
Okay, I want to ask, how can the public health sector, can you hear me?
Yeah.
How can the public health sector deal with or address the issue of counterfeit drugs in the society? Okay.
Okay. I think this is more of an institutional case that is not restricted to an individual, but all the same, we'll pass over the baton to Mrs. Lat. If she's here, she can do justice to that if our network is can allow her. Madam, can you kindly respond to that?
How can this question again?
Okay, can you hear me?
Okay, go ahead, yeah.
Okay, I'm asking if how can the public health sector actually deal or address the issue of counterfeit drugs in the society that is really rampaging the whole society and country at large? That's my question. Hello. Okay.
You can.
I can hear you, but I can hear you loudly.
Okay, let's
Okay, can you hear me now?
I can hear you now. Yes. Speak up. I can hear you now.
Okay, you can.
Yes.
In this short drugs, the public health sector will work just as the other sector.
Okay, let's not stress. Okay, Mrs. Lat, I think let's move ahead. Let's see if Chiama's network is okay. She can answer that. The network is bad generally for everybody. Okay, Chiama, can you respond to that if your network is okay? Chiama, are you there?
Yeah, can you hear me?
Okay, yeah.
Can you hear me?
I can hear you.
On the issue of counterfeit drug, NAFDAC is an agency that regulates these drugs. They are the ones that do inspection on the drug production companies and make sure that drugs that circulate in the market are not counterfeited. They also go around the pharmacy shops and the market to make sure that all drugs on the counters are duly registered and then with verifiable addresses where they can go for inspection if there is need of the government, that also plays the role of public professionals and other professionals that work after. So they are also into public health administration and management. So they are the ones that actually see to that counterfeit drugs are not circulated in the market, in the pharmacy shops. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mrs. Chioma. Igwe, I want to believe your question has been answered. I know we battled with network. Okay, there's a suggestion that everybody should put off their video and put off their audio. Probably it will improve on the network. I don't know how possible that is, but let's try and see that. Please, let's put off our videos. Off the video, yeah, just off your video. And let's see if the network will improve. And your audio too. Please, let's do that quickly so that we can go ahead. Okay. Okay. It seems it's better. Okay, let's take another question from Harriet Effa Ekpeyong.
Hello, good evening.
Good evening.
My name is Harriet.
Yeah, good evening.
Yes, my question is, I want to find out why healthcare workers, in terms of attitude, are very rude. Take for instance, a patient comes in as a healthcare worker, maybe asks a question from the reception. The attitude, the first approach is, how may I help you? Which is a decent way of asking question. But some will say, madam, no, let me do you this. Why are they rude? Because I believe as a healthcare worker, there's an oath you take. Oath of secrecy, oath of care. But now in the health sector, it's not like that in Nigeria. So I want to really know if it has to do with the attitude of the individual or as a whole, because I've experienced it. I'm a healthcare worker, and I see it and I get tensed when you see a nurse that is attending to a patient or a public health worker shouting, being so rude. I want to know if you experience it there where you are, but I want to really know if it has to do with the individual attitude or it's a general thing. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, madam. Let's try and see if Esther Lat can talk now, because let's see if it has improved the network, if the network has improved. Over to you, madam. Mrs. Esther Lat. Are you there?
Yes, how are you?
Fine. Good evening, madam.
Good evening.
Yeah. Hello?
Okay, let's respond to the question.
Hello?
Is that? Hello, good evening.
Okay, good evening. There's a question here from one of the students asking why, anyway, she's talking about healthcare workers, even though we are talking about public health generally here. They are very rude and not nice to patients. Why is it like that? Is it a general problem? And why is it like that? Why is it allowed to continue like that?
I think that aspect must be, it's not a general thing. It cannot be a general thing because it cannot be said to be happening to all the nurses that are in the practice. It might be that person's own way of reacting, but it's not the best way to react as a nurse. A nurse cannot be seen reacting in such a manner. At least the client or the patient that comes to see the nurse, even without any prescription, she's supposed to have first-hand relief of what is disturbing her.
Okay.
Hello?
Yeah, go ahead, ma.
So it must be particular to the person that the health worker, the patient met. It's just something particular about that person, but it's not a general thing found in all nurses.
Okay. Thank you very much. Thank you for that answer. I want to believe you've done justice to that. It's a common occurrence, but it's also clear that it is not everywhere. We've also seen nurses that are so nice as if they are actually angels. So we can attest to the fact that we have a lot of good nurses in Nigeria. If you meet those with the wrong attitude, well, I want to believe that it's a regular advice, support, and training. They will change. And prayers too. Okay, Saratu, what's your question, please?
Hello.
Hello, good evening.
Yeah, good evening. I just want to add to what Mrs. Ladd said. It's not general, yes, correct, but it's mostly, found in when you go to public hospitals. Public hospitals, that's where you find such nurses being very rude and not caring. But when you go to private hospitals, the nurses tend to be more gentle, So I believe it's a matter of training, and maybe the workload is too much for them and they don't get paid well. I don't know. Or maybe they need orientation. Thank you.
Okay. That's excellent. You have a good angle to it. If you look at it, you can view it from several angles: psychological, it could be a mental health issue, even it be a spiritual problem. It could be so many, you can ascribe so many reasons to it. But by and large, to me, I ascribe it to institutional failure, not to be able to rein in on such persons and weed them out of them or train them to become better. But like she said, we are going to get better with all this, since all is being equal. Okay. Mary Stillian Hammond. You have a question? Please unmute yourself.
Okay, sir. Good evening, everyone.
Yeah, good evening.
I want to say here that the issue of nurses being rude to patients is a thing of the past. It depends on how you treat the nurses. The nurses are humans also. Sometimes the patients, the way they behave to the nurses, as if the nurses don't know what they are doing there. And that is why sometimes you see some reactions like that. I feel respect is reciprocal. Wherever you go, whoever you meet, you should be able to respect the person that is attending to you, so that the person attending to you can give his best to your problems. That is what I feel.
Okay. Thank you very much, Mary Stillian. I have a feeling that you are a nurse, and so you are defending your constituency. But however, we are not debating about who is causing the other to behave the way they are behaving. In fact, we are not debating that right now. We passed that stage. But no matter how you look at it, the onus lies on them to display good attitude on their job. Thank you very much for your contribution. We have to move ahead with questions that us on this training. There's no more discussion about attitude of nurse. I think we've gone past that stage. Let's move ahead. Kabiru Abbas. Kabiru Abbas, are you there? Are you there? Okay, ladies and gentlemen, it's clear that the network cannot take us further. Just type your question. Type your question. If you have any question, just type your question. Type your question, please. Type your question, please. Well, someone just said that they just joined today and They are far behind. Don't worry, you will get the study material on our site. So you can go there anytime to study, catch up, and ask for your certificate. Oh, Chioma, you can unmute yourself, please. Chioma, please unmute yourself. Okay, Mrs. Ladd, there's one question somebody just asked now, that how well paid are public health workers? I know it's a question that is ended, but maybe you can attempt to just answer that, whichever way you feel is the best. Mrs. Ladd, over to you.
Hello?
Hello.
Hello?
Somebody just asked that how well paid are public health workers?
How well paid are public health workers depends on the people or on the organization the person is working for. At my side, those in Kaduna State working with the government, there are no varieties of payment. They pay according to your year of qualification. They don't have any extra thing above. Same if with an organization. No, and some organizations pay very well, some do not pay. So in Kaduna State, there is no either somebody as a public health nurse being paid higher than a nurse is herself. There's no variety in that. Kaduna State. But in Kaduna State, those working with organizations that are working in Kaduna State, they might receive higher payment in respect of those who are working with the state.
Okay.
Hello?
Thank you very much, Mrs. Ladd. Chioma, you want to add something to that?
Okay.
Let's see your angle.
Really, internationally, public
Hold on, Chioma. Okay, you can unmute yourself now, Chioma. Okay, go ahead.
I said internationally, public health professionals are well remunerated, but when you come to Nigeria, it is categorized based on the institution or facility or organization that is employing. For instance, WHO pays very well, pays public health professionals very well. Some other international organizations here in Nigeria also pay very well. Some NGOs also pay very well. It depends on the organization, because most of the time, public health professionals are advanced level professionals. It's not just an ordinary level. They must have gotten a master's degree in public health in the area in the path they chose to go in public health before getting such offers from international organizations. So they are very well remunerated if it is international organization. Some NGOs also pay very well because they get funding from international organizations. It's only very small organizations that may not be able to pay them as much as the international organizations do. Thank you.
Thank you. I'm so happy to get this response from Mrs. Ladd and Chioma. It's clear that it is a career path that people should start considering taking. It's not enough to just keep complaining that there are no jobs, when actually people have not really gotten enough information to exploit opportunities that abound. Now, I've been seeing questions like, can this certificate be used in UK? For a certificate that is CPD accredited by a learning center in UK, you can be registered so that you can use it in UK. And why we don't use it as a selling point, I must make bold to tell you that we have people that are working in different parts of the world using our certificate. Like we keep telling everybody, getting a job depends on the organization or the institution. It is not dependent on your certificate. You can find institutions that will reject your certificate, while others will accept your certificate. Very massive institutions will accept your certificate, whereas by small institutions that are just like the corner, we reject it. So, number two, it also depends on you that is holding that certificate. If you cannot defend your certificate, I don't know how you're going to get a job with it. So it is not too logical to ask if the certificate can get you a job. Rather ask yourself, can you defend it to get a job? Because when you present the certificate, the next thing that will happen is for you to come and defend it. But as for the certificate, I can assure you that if you take any certificate in public health anywhere, they will not ask you who offered you the certificate. They will ask you, you say you are well trained. Yes, okay. They will test you. Even if you have a certificate from Harvard, you will be tested. Prove that you actually can defend that certificate. So that is it. So we encourage you to get this certificate as an evidence to prove that you actually went through this training. And see it as an entry point for you to go into the public health profession, particularly for those of you that don't have medical science background. And just like Chioma earlier stated, there are several areas you can get into. In fact, areas that are even related to what you studied in school. So the window is, the coast is clear and so massive, it's massively open for you. Yeah, just take advantage of it. Okay? So but one thing is things are opening up. And that's one good thing about metaverse. People in our training are beginning to confess to the fact that their minds, their hearts, and their heads are being opened up to huge, huge potentials and opportunities that they never knew about. I can assure you that with this training, thousands of people worldwide taking this training, we suddenly discover that you can actually branch off into the area of public health that they never knew about. So they are no longer constrained by their certificate, by their degree that they studied. May I remind you that we have students taking our courses from over 102 countries. 102 persons taking this training from over 102 countries cannot be making mistakes about it. So it's an opportunity. You are sitting on a gold mine, exploit it, and take advantage of it. Okay, we'll just take one more question and call it a day. And like I promised, we're going to have another day. That day we'll be having excellent network. Yeah. Okay, I think this question is very nice. We might have to ask Chioma and Mrs. Lab. What are the challenges that public health workers face in their field of work? Mrs. Lab, maybe you start first. Mrs. Lab.
So,
what are the challenges that public health workers face?
The question. What are the challenges that public health workers face?
Yes.
Yes. Challenges. Public health workers don't have so much of challenges, except if, according to their training, except if they personally don't want to work in organizations, because public health workers to be found in all the categories of nursing. So it might only be if they are not interested in those ones that are available for them to walk into. They are the people that first-hand information or first-hand availability of work for them to do in all the centers they might find themselves to work.
Okay. Thank you very much for that. So this is sharing news. For somebody asking for challenges, don't you bother yourself about the challenges that comes with the job. You should be prepared to surmount such challenges as long as millions of people are already into that job and they're all celebrating it. Okay, let's take the last question. Osadolo Imabinju.
Hello, good evening, everyone.
Good evening.
Okay, I want to ask. As a public health scientist, it was earlier mentioned that there are other career paths like health educator, biostatistician, epidemiologist, and all that. So, as a public health scientist, how do one get certified as any of these, like this biostatistician, epidemiologist, and all that? How do one get certified as a public health scientist?
Okay.
Okay, Chioma, over to you.
Okay. As a scientist, what you need to get certified a certificate to prove that you have done public health. So you don't need a certifying body to certify. What you need is a certificate so that you can prove that you are an authority in that field. And then your work experience will also help back up your certificate.
Okay.
Thank you.
Yeah. Thank you very much. I want to appreciate everybody's time and efforts. I want to appreciate Mrs. Lat. I'd like to appreciate Chioma Benjamin, their time. The network has been terrible and is still terrible. And in spite of that, we've been able to forge on to make progress to this point. This program is being recorded as part of the Public Health Awareness Level 2 program of our UKCPD accredited program. And it's going to be sent to the class for everybody to have a copy. And due to the bad network we have right now, we've also promised that we're going to have a repeat session of this program where we'll specifically deal with professional cases for people that want to go into the profession of public health. So just get ready for an exciting 2023, where in spite of all the downtowns here and there, you'll be looking forward to a new year with bright prospects and possibly getting those good jobs locally and internationally. And after our training with our level 3 students for mental health level, which is coming up, going to be concluded soon. We also have a new training on level 2 mental health coming up soon. Then level 2 caregivers program. Next year is going to be an exciting one because every single person that has gone through our training, we ensure that they all create their database on United Nations Human Resource Portal and United Nations Volunteers Portal, so that with these certificates you are getting, coupled with others that will be coming your way soon, you are sure to be called upon, hopefully, for placement, either as a volunteer, of course, paid volunteer, or even working in the United Nations. We're going to expose you super big time to opportunities that you never knew about. You are not just doing this course because you just need a certificate. You are going to do this course because we believe the sky is just a starting point. Thank you very much for once believing in what is going to happen in Africa, that Africa is getting better with so much information coming your way in a blast. Thank you. God bless you all. Thank you, Chairman. Thank you, Mrs. Ladd. Thank you to everybody. And see you in the class with the recorded version and also the link to study further on this course so that you can get ready for your certificate. The date for the test and issuance of certificate will be announced this night. Thank you.
Hey,
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
See you, everyone.
So much.